Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference. Let me fix my sound real quick. Can you see that? See? Oh, yeah, that's what it is, right? Oh, I don't know if that's gonna stay good. I need to definitely apply that to the wall ASAP. What up, Rosie? How are you? How is everything going with you, my friend? First, I'd like to say thank you all for joining me. If you can, don't forget to subscribe and share, and also give me a thumbs something and turn on your notification bells. That would definitely be helpful. I appreciate you guys. What up, Billy? How are you? Oh, yeah, yeah, that's not good. I'm glad you're amazing, Rosie. I am checking to see if I'm buffering, and I look like I'm going very slow. So I don't know. I don't know why that does that. It's like the first minute or so, I'm always like this computer like slowiness thing. And it really is annoying. I'm glad you are doing amazing, Rosie. I'm glad that you're here. Billy, I'm also glad that you're here. I hope that you'll be able to sleep tonight. I hope that you have some amazing sleep that you absolutely never imagined could happen. Um, Guys, what up, Killer Whale? Whoop, whoop, whoop. How are you? Your neighbors had their music blasting, an alarm clock went off, and you're still sick. Ay, ay, ay. That's a bad three combination. That is definitely a bad combination. I hope that everything settles tonight so that you can sleep, because when you sleep, your body will start fighting the infection. Um, so I'm looking at myself now and it's not buffering. So that's a good thing. Um, Yeah, I hope so too. And if anything, you can politely ask your neighbors to like kind of tone it down a little bit. If there's a way to do that. Sometimes people are not approachable. So, hopefully just use wisdom in that. If they are approachable and understanding, then maybe they will lower the music just for you, so that you can sleep well. Um, Guys, you know how I like to start off. I have to tell you how my day went. So I woke up this morning and I went to church. Then I went to the gym. I had a good time at the gym. I killed it like usual. I ran the sled a few times. Hey, Julia H, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to Hello World. I'm just running down my day real quickly. Maria, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a long time. How was your Christmas? How are you, my friend? Um, so I had a good time at the gym. Then I did all my normal routine things. And then I met up with a friend and we had lunch, and it turned into like dinner time ish. And it was great. We had a great conversation. We talked about life. You know how it is when you get together with your friends, you just talk about things. And only thing I didn't like was the restaurant only had like a limited menu, because between 3 and 5, they don't serve food. I guess they give the wait staff a break, a lunch break maybe, or time to prepare for the next course. But it was like I ended up eating potato chips and like blue cheese. I was just not full. I was not satisfied with that. So we just chilled out. What up, Kingdom Boy? Everything is great. Just wanted to stop by, say hello, about to go to bed. Okay. All right, Murray. Yes. I'm glad, because you were talking about that the other day about the job. So I'm glad that you are gainfully employed, my friend. Yes. Oh, okay, okay. So maybe it was just that one night. What's the good news, Kingdom Boy? Um, so now I'm here with you guys. And I'm very happy to be here. I'm thankful that you guys are here with me. And tonight's topic, you're an actor? Yes, congratulations. Tonight's topic is about falling apart. We haven't had real deep conversations in quite some time. I guess because of the holidays, and maybe because I've been having these cool things. Like people been sending me things. I've been unboxing things. So maybe that's why we haven't had a deep conversation. But tonight, I don't know. I just feel like it's something that needs to be talked about. That's great, guys. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you guys. So I'm not even gonna ask, but I think throughout the course of all of our lives, we tend to feel like things are falling apart, and spiraling out, and just sometimes you have no hope for a better tomorrow. And then sometimes one thing can transpire, and that makes you feel like you're falling out, you're falling apart. It's okay. First, I want to say, like, it's okay to feel like you're falling apart. It's normal. We're humans. We all go through it. Even in my day to day, with my optimistic outlook in life, things sometimes do feel like they're falling apart. But the difference is, I know that that doesn't have to stay the same forever. I know and I believe that it will not stay the same forever for me at least. But for people who feel like when they're falling apart and just don't know how to let that stop, or if it ever will stop, I'm telling you, it will. It absolutely will. I believe it. And I'm speaking because I'm speaking from experience. I'm also speaking from the things that I've seen that has happened to other people in their lives. I've witnessed it. So when you feel like life is letting you go and you're falling apart, know that with everything, there's a period of mourning, there's a period of transition, and there's a period of wholeness. We just have to like slowly go through, right? Go through the waves of life. Sometimes it may even feel like you're drowning. And even in those moments when you feel like you are drowning and falling apart, like nothing is working, eventually those things change. The tide changes. You've just got to be ready to activate once that tide changes. When you're falling apart, do you feel comfortable enough to tell a person or people that really care about your well being, that really will be active in the nurturing and helping you to get out of that mindset, or out of that moment, or out of that actual time, right? Because sometimes we fall apart because of actual situations. You lose your job, and then you lose your home, you lose your car, you lose everything. That's literally someone's life falling apart. It takes a lot of people, like it takes a village to help put those things back together, or at least help. Encouragement, maybe lending a hand monetarily, emotionally. What I don't want people to feel or to get used to is that life will always disappoint them, because life is not going to disappoint you. But if you wanted to, oh, it will find ways to disappoint you. If you want it to be better, it'll find ways to make it better. See how it balances? Your emotions and your feelings will balance with your perception. So we always have to keep our emotions in check. We always have to do our self checks throughout the course of the day. I remember someone telling me, like, you have to go through the 4 steps. The help is called help. It's like, are you hungry? Are you emotional? Are you something else? And then something else. Those were the acronym for help. And I was like, wow, I never realized that. A lot of things that happen to us when we may be out of control or falling apart Could be simply hunger. Yes. I know when I get hungry, I don't realize it until I'm like, oh, no wonder I was snapping somebody's head off or being extra short. I was hungry. What up, eat sleep? How are you? Hey, J Dog in his house. Today we are talking about falling apart. But guys, feel free to join in the conversation, Eat Sleep and J Dog. Um, I just know that when everything falls apart, it's got to come back better. It's got to come back together better. And if you can't muster up the encouragement for yourself, then I think it's absolutely okay to tell somebody, hey, I'm really struggling. What's between you and your breakthrough? Ego, pride, doubt, fear of rejection, pride. I said pride twice because a lot of times it's just pride that keeps us from absolutely getting what we need so we don't continuously fall out or fall apart. Hey, them flippin' crooters, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. I got, okay, nice, J Dog. Congratulations. Congratulations. So, if your life at this very moment is falling apart, what are you going to do to help it get better or to at least try to steer it into direction of everything's going to get back together and it's going to come back together and better than I've ever expected? Because, as I said, we're all going to have moments of where everything is just falling apart. Our families, our businesses, our friendships, our homes, our everything. At some point in time, we all go through the stages of different things falling apart in our lives. And, again, it's like, I don't think we talk about it enough. Sometimes we are weak, but it makes you stronger when you can admit that you're weak to people that actually care about you, right? Because you can't just tell everybody, oh, I'm falling apart. Because some people will be happy about that, unfortunately. But then there are others who will invest their time and their energy to help you get better or to at least lift you up emotionally. I hear you flipping, Crooters. Um, for me, a lot of things I have to be I have to be on top of a lot of things too, flipping Crooters. And sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. But what helps me from falling apart is actually saying, like, hey guys, remember I got a lot of stuff that I gotta do, even though it doesn't seem like it at times, but I am, you know, I am doing a lot. So please help me think. Please stop telling me more things that I have to do. But time management is a big thing. If we don't manage the only commodity in this life that we have, well, that will absolutely affect the quality of our lives. Time is the only value that can never be replaced. Spend it wisely. I try to spend my time wisely now instead of frivolously, like, oh, I'm bored. I'm not going to do anything about it. Or if I'm bored, I'll complain about it. I'm not going to do those things anymore. If I think the thought of being bored, then I'll find something to do that will make that time worth my while. Because in a blink of an eye, it's gone. 15 minutes already passed. That's how time goes. And if we don't take control over that time, before you know it, we'll be all prayerfully and hopefully, wishfully, whatever you believe in, we'll be all old and in our little rockers, retired, and just replaying life experiences in our lives. And it all better be worth it. You know, I want to be laughing a lot. I know I mentioned it before, but I want to be laughing a lot. Like, girl, you crazy to myself and all the other people that I'm around at the time. Time. Before you all know it, we're all gonna be like 70 or 60. If we're blessed enough, we'll be like that old and like, where did the time go? Or how about when friendships just fall apart? What do you do? Two things. If you really truly value and treasure the friendships that you have with the people that you are friends with, make sure you try to make those friendships last. Cuz good friends are absolutely hard to find. It's almost just like nowadays finding a good relationship. If you're not already married or like heavily committed, it's almost that hard. Friendships don't fill the voids of relationships, romance. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that value your friendships and treasure them as much as you treasure time. Because slowly and surely, as people are beginning to wake up and realize, like, man, life is precious. I need to reevaluate how I'm treating myself and others. Then you'll start saying, like, dag, that person really do that. That person really did do that much for me or is doing that much for me. I need to appreciate them. You don't even have to appreciate people by buying things for them. You appreciate people by giving your time, by maybe once in a while saying, hey, you dope. You my friend. Letting people know how much they are valued. Your friends. Sometimes we think, oh, I'll find another friend. Somebody's got to be better than you. And sometimes those others never come around, depending on your circumstances. Even when you get up and move from one state to the next, it doesn't mean that the people change. Your surroundings did, but the people may not have changed. So value your friendships. Don't forget about people. Oh, Rebecca, I was just talking about you the other day. Oh my goodness. I kind of thought that was you because of the recruiters. So I'm glad you're still around because I was asking Eat Sleep about you. I was like, has she been around? So I'm glad that's you. Hey, Wayne Thompson, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. A hug and asking how you're doing goes on. It's so true. It sure has. Oh my goodness, Wayne. Yes. How was everything? How was your holiday? Is well, we haven't reached the other holiday yet. Well, no, we haven't. I haven't seen you around Thanksgiving. So how was everything? You gotta fill me in. You too, Rebecca. Oh my goodness, I thought you just fell off the face of YouTube. If you, Rebecca, if you still talk to Kimmy, I did try to reach out to her on IG, but I haven't heard back from her. I don't know if she's on anymore. But just let her know I said hello and I was just checking on her. If you talk to Kimmy at all, let her know I'm, just wondering. While I may not be in everybody's chat like how I used to be, it doesn't negate the fact that I remember what you guys did for me as far as being there, hey Joy, how are you? That kind of stuff. I never forget those things. I never forget the nice things that people do for me. So even if I'm not there physically, I'm still there emotionally, and I'm still going to be thinking about people. I know it doesn't, cover up the whole physical part, but like, things happen. I'm really trying to focus on my business this year. So that's going to take a little bit more time, but it does not negate the fact that I will never forget you guys. I'm good, Wayne. Everything is good. NASCAR man 3345. Hey, how are you? I'm here, y'all. I talk to her a lot. Oh, good. Well, tell her I said holla. Just like that, though. You gotta be like, Joy said holla. You gotta say it just like that. Oh, okay. Girl, well, you came to the right day today. I don't know why, but it was pressing on me for the last 5 minutes before I came on live to talk about when things are falling apart. So I guess maybe this was for us, for you as well. But I find that when things fall apart, there's like a silver lining in it, right? Because when things fall apart, that means all of the old is finally just given up. So you've hit rock bottom. And now what do you have to do? You can only look up, and you have to start doing things to pull yourself up. So that's just the silver lining about when things fall apart. So it's a good and a bad thing. So it's like a 2020. Did I say that right? No. You know what I meant. It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. That kind of thing. So I don't look forward to things falling apart, but I do know that something great is waiting for me. I just have to kind of like trickle up to peek over and see where the greatness is coming from. It's hard. But again, you got to have a good support system, because if the support system isn't there, it absolutely is that much harder to come out. But there is always something great. So falling apart, like, maybe bad and traumatic and all that stuff. But, the good thing is it can't get no worse. It's just got to get better. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. The ketchup and mustard. Ketchup, the mustard and ketchup. So let me think. Falling apart at work. Things falling apart at work. You guys already know things happened at my job that were kind of very traumatic. My boss got hurt, and all of our lives just kind of got like 180'd. Things were not the same anymore. Things aren't the same still, but it kind of can't get worse. It's only got to get better. But it absolutely changed the dynamics of everyone's life. Everyone's lives. It changed everyone's lives. And I will tell you this too, it has made me more appreciative of life. I got an update about my cousin, who I told you guys, I think it was either Thanksgiving Eve or Thanksgiving Day, that was in that terrible, horrific car accident. Um, she's gotten surgery on every limb, every bone that was broken, which is pretty much all of them. And this is why I say we got to be thankful, guys. Um, just the other day, they had to do surgery again on her one of her hands because it started to get infected. And so far, they do not want her to try to put pressure for 4 months. So, guys, 4 months of not walking around, putting pressure. Like, just think about it. How would life be if you can't go like this? Can't do that, or you can't do this. Think about it, guys. Her life fell apart. I haven't gotten a chance to speak with her. I don't know if she wants to speak to anyone. I'll try to reach out to her. But imagine for 4 months, a doctor telling you that they don't want you to move. And sometimes we think that we have it bad. And yes, maybe we do have it bad. But are you restricted to not moving? Are you restricted from getting up to use the restroom? Are you restricted from moving freely? Just like this, or going like that. Sugar love, hey, be thankful. Are you restricted to doing this? From doing this? Or even that? Her life has changed dramatically. I pray, hope, and wish that one day she'll be able to walk again and not have to be reliant on anyone else to do regular things, everyday things, using the restroom by herself. Imagine that. So I know, you know, we shouldn't be comparing our lives with other people's situations, but use it as a point in how you should continuously be thankful that whatever movement of your limbs that you have, you can still do it without restriction for the most part. Sabra, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, like I feel bad. Like, imagine you not being able to do this. Or even like, I be dancing on here sometimes, like just simple things. Do you know how much it'll probably take for her to regain doing this again? Laying in one spot. I don't know, like if her friends are visiting her but there's going to be a lot of time where she's going to be by herself. People still have to go to work. People still have to live their lives too. So when life falls apart for you in that particular way, if any of us have to go through a situation like that, I hope not. Hopefully there's the silver lining where things can't get any worse but get better. And I'm hoping that she's going to get better and be a testament to the things that she had to endure for 4 months plus whatever healing and rehab that she'll have to do to learn how to walk again. Because I guess after not walking for all of that time or moving all that time, that's got to be painful. Shoot, I was in the hospital for just 12 hours, maybe, or overnight. And they had that machine that, kind of compresses your muscles so it makes it feel like your muscles are moving. Because I wasn't able to move, or they didn't want me to move. That was just a few hours overnight. And she used to drive for Uber, so that was her mode of funds. What about when your children are falling apart? Kevin was in the chat last night and he mentioned that there was a mother and daughter, and the daughter told him that she doesn't even want to see 2020, 2 days from now. That she doesn't want to bear living to see 2020. That hurt my heart. It hurt my heart because for someone to be going through that kind of pain, their life really is falling apart. And there's nothing, or no one may have noticed before Kevin. Maybe people have. I don't know. I don't know what her situation is, but the simple fact that someone doesn't want to enjoy the beauty of this life anymore for whatever reason is going on, that's heartbreaking. What I will say though, the silver lining to that situation is that she's actually talking about it, right? Because we know true people who want to just end their lives when they really had it, when they're done, they don't announce it, they just do it. So I'm thankful that she even mentioned it. And I'm hoping that she continues to mention it so that conversation stays open. But guys, there are a lot of people who are falling apart all around us. And what are we doing to help? What are we doing to make an impact? We're not responsible for everything, everybody, but what we are responsible for is if someone tells you something, that becomes your responsibility. That's how I feel. That you have your opportunity right then and there to help. So take the opportunity if you can. If you physically or emotionally can't do it, refer them to someone else that can. Right? Sometimes action doesn't mean that you physically have to get involved. It could mean, well, I know somebody that can help you. And then maybe you just stay there and make sure they make that connection. And then you can just release yourself from that. But at least you did something to help the community of all of us continue to move. Keep the blood. Yeah. Yep. 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 Hi, Rejoice Screen. How are you? Welcome to Hello World. Hi, C Song. How are you? Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Hi, OC. Oh, I said that already. See, I thought it was a C song. Sorry, but it's OC. Sometimes, like, reading the chat, I'm not that great at, but I try. I just want to make sure everybody feels welcomed because Hello World is about everything and anything. And that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about when things fall apart or when life is just falling apart. How about, oh, here's a good one. How about your boyfriend or girlfriend breaks up with you? Oh, absolutely. Your life is falling apart. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we've all experienced that moment. It's like the end of the world for that moment. Because, yes, it is death. It's the end of a relationship. It's the end of communications with someone that you once loved and once shared intimate situations, conversations, romance with. Oh, so if you're going through that, woo, there you go. I'm rocking you. It's going to be all right eventually, but go through the motions, but don't let it overwhelm you for too long. Ooh, yeah, you're going to need that hard rock sometimes. It's going to be all right, boo. Silver lining. You get to spend time with yourself. Hopefully, you spend time with yourself and reevaluate what went wrong. And maybe understand that maybe that person was not the right one for you for so long, but you were just going through the motions of not wanting to be alone and being in a relationship because it's fun and you have fun moments, but it wasn't the right thing for you. You want to get as close to being balanced as possible. Maybe some of us won't ever get that complete in sync relationship, but if you can get as close to being balanced, that's amazing. So when you're falling apart because of a broken relationship, romance wise, I do feel for you. But know that eventually things will get better. And it's okay to not want to deal with anybody for a little bit. It's okay to go through the process of grieving because it is a loss. It's not a physical death, but it's a loss, an emotional loss. That routine of speaking to him or her is just not there anymore. So you can recuperate and hopefully find someone better and new that you'll be able to love and cherish and honor and care for, and maybe redo or not redo, but just to handle things differently. Maybe communication will be something that you can work on. I don't know. But if you're falling apart because of a relationship, I definitely am here for you. And it's a human thing. And maybe, just maybe one day, far down the road, you guys can be able to say, you know what? It didn't work out, but I thank you for the time that we shared. Go figure, right? You're like, Joy, you're crazy. Ain't nobody going back to say all that, right? But what if we cared enough about each other's feelings that we don't want to leave you in a broken situation for too long because of something that I may have done? Not I, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, Dragonfly Lady, how are you? One of the worst feelings ever, splitting up with someone. Oh, God, yes. All right, Wayne, have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. A Japanese name. Oh, okay. Oak song. Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. Does that mean that you can sing as well? Like, do you have an amazing voice? The soul singer? Dragonfly Lady, I am doing my best to enjoy every moment of this life that I have. There are too many things that are going on around me, di- indirectly, directly, that just make me just say, you know what, Joy, you better appreciate this gift called life, and be thankful for the things that you have with this gift called life, because it can be worse. But I'm only expecting greatness now, Dragonfly Lady. That's what my expectations are, and I want them to come. Yeah, that's all I want is greatness. And I don't only just want greatness for me, but I want greatness for everyone. For real, I really do. Because if I see that you are living your potential, that means that you're happy more than sad. That means that you're doing whatever God, your maker, or whoever created you, or whoever you feel like created you, you're doing what you're supposed to do in this life. And our communities are getting stronger, thriving more, and healing is the inevitable. So, absolutely, I want everybody to have greatness with a dose of humility so you don't think that that greatness is just egotistical, narcissistic type of greatness. But the greatness from within that just magnifies and makes everyone just want to be a magnet to that greatness and feel how and find out somehow how they can become great in their own right. That's what life to me is most meaningful, and when it is at most meaningful. You are not a shell, Dragonfly Lady. You are amazing. You are beautiful. There is no mistake about you. And if you feel like you are a shell, take time to get to know yourself, because then you'll see that there is beauty all in you just seeping out. And that shell will become filled with all of the things that you may not have thought you could do. Good Lord, maybe one day you'll be a rock star. Maybe one day you'll be the next speaker, the next Oprah. Who cares? I don't care how old you are. When you are operating in the gifts that were given to you, age does not define what you will do. It may slow you down a little bit depending on how old you are, but it doesn't define the quality of what you do and the purpose and what you were created to do. It'll be just as strong. But I just want to remind you, you are not a shell. You are filled with beauty, abundance, life. Even when it's hard, you still are. I'm ageless. And I pray, wish, and hope, whatever you believe in, that you see glorious years that are fulfilling and worthwhile. That you'll be an inspiration to so many people that you had no idea you could be. Your neighbors, the people at the store, the people at the restaurant, oozing through. And the only thing that you can say was a shell is this thing that covers your soul to protect it. I'm dead serious too, you know that. No life, no soul is a waste. We do wasteful things all of the time. Sometimes we don't realize it, but we have to sit back. I'm surprised my little thing didn't fall down. We have to sit back and really evaluate what makes me happy. For a long time, I didn't know what made me happy or what could make me happy. I had ideas, but those ideas didn't really sit all the way right. But I know now what makes me happy is not watching TV, being distracted by superficial things. What makes me happy is talking to people. Maybe I'm simple, I don't care, but that's fine. What makes me happy is all of us becoming open enough to allow our weaknesses to no longer keep us caved in and keep us enslaved to the greatness that we have and within us. That's what makes me happy. What makes me happy is when somebody else is happy. What makes me happy is one less person hurting from traumas that may have happened yesterday, today, last year, when you were born. Just overcoming makes me happy because I know where I used to be. I know where I have been. I know where, well, I hope I know where I'm going. And I hope that I can continue and just get better every day. Will I ever be perfect? No. But I want to live purposefully. So I'm going to be honest. Just 2 days ago, within the last few days, I felt like communication was falling apart. Like I was in other chats and somebody started blaming me for something that I didn't even say or do. And I was like, okay, I got to go, guys. So when I knew that there was a disconnect in communication, I said, it's nothing against me, but it's just something in the air, maybe. And I need to take myself away and then come back another day because I can't allow or I won't allow simple miscommunications to get in the way of what I'm trying to do with my life and what I'm trying to do for other people, or, at least encourage people. You know what I'm saying? How am I going to encourage people if I'm getting all out of character? I can't do that. At least I feel like I can't do that. I feel like it wouldn't be a step in the right direction. It would just only, because people only see and remember the negative things that you've done, not all of the good things that you did. It, goes back to when we were talking about the celebrities last night. If you really cared about a celebrity, you wouldn't let their first indiscretion, and I'm not mean like, romance wise, but just any little thing that may have been not kosher to you, be like, oh, they was terrible. They're the worst person on, throw them under the bus. Because when you actually care or are invested or vested in someone's life, when people have their moments of weaknesses, you do not crucify them for it. Boy, do we sometimes love crucifying people. And that will only spiral people to fall apart even more. And then your own life starts falling apart because now you've got nothing but negative words coming out of your mouth about a person. And then it just ignites to other places and other people. And all of a sudden, all your situations have conflict in it. So, yeah, sometimes it's okay to step away for a second just because you never know what is out there, or, you know, you believe in the devil or not. You never know. They're just trying to trip you up by just making situations that don't exist start to happen. See, I've been on here for a long time. But guys, what I want you, and including myself, to understand is that when things are falling apart, that something great is bound to happen. You got to see past what is in front of you sometimes. Because what is in front of you sometimes is nothing but a big distraction. But you have to go like this. Sometimes you got to put your laser beam through it. Be your own Superman, Superwoman, and just laser that thing open and see through what is going on so that nothing but goodness is waiting for you. I am here every single night between 7 and 9. Hello, world. We talk about everything and anything. Some topics are thick, some topics are light. But overall, I hope that some part of the conversation or even in the chat, we get and gain something so that it makes our life a little better. We'll understand life and appreciate life just a little bit more. And we'll want to spread that same light and love that we now have to others who may need it worse than you. Yes, there's some people that have it worse than you emotionally, physically, and mentally. You never know. But if your light was the spark that was needed to get their light shining, wouldn't you want to be a part of that? Doesn't that make you feel amazing and good to know that you can be a part of that? Mm. You are amazing. You are beautiful. There is no mistake about you. Don't let yourself tell you differently. Don't let others convince you of that. Don't let anything stop you from living the purpose. Because when you start living your purpose, there's a joy that someone can't take from you. Will things happen where, you'll get disappointed from time to time? Yes. But ultimately, that happiness and that joy, no one can shake or waver because you are too confident in that. If you ever want to get to know anything more about me or my company, Be the Difference Clothing, check the links down below. I have a ton of products that you can invest in. Um, and it's only investing in to the betterment of yourself, right? Because everything is made to encourage and inspire. Everything, everything. I don't know about Hello World, the ringtone, but maybe, I don't know. We'll find some reason how that can inspire. But I've got books, I've got clothing, I've got onesies. Um, I'm pretty sure something else is going to come along that I had no idea, but I'm just going to keep going with the flow. I hope you do too. You are amazing. You are an inspiration. You are necessary. You are needed for somebody's life. You are the key to someone else becoming free just by you merely being in their presence or even just listening to what they have to say. You never forget that. There's more to you than meets your own eyes. It's crazy how more people see what we can't see in ourselves. Sometimes you just got to believe them until you can see it for yourself. Spend more time with yourself if you don't know. You'll see how beautiful you are. I hope that you have a good night's rest and when you wake up you're refreshed to be the best version of yourself. Even even if it means the next breath that you take you want to move towards being a better person. And I think we all are good people, but we can always be better. There's always room for improvement. Get excited about that. I'm all improvement. I'm gonna be improved. Okay, I messed that one up. But anyway, I hope to see you guys again soon. I thank you for giving me a little bit of your time each and every day. It means a lot. And I'm just thankful. So until we meet again, guys, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, signing out on another episode of Hello World. And shout outs to Eat Sleep because she was the one that ignited the spark for me to do the ringtone. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.